Do you have any bad habits? Well, it's time to put a stop to them. I used to bite my nails, play video games every day, and drink too much for my own good. I also had a bunch of other bad habits on top of that. Maybe you've got some of those, or maybe even some that are worse right now. Well, it's actually fairly easy to stop your bad habits. But the secret is, you don't try to stop them, you replace them. A lot of people struggle to quit smoking, but the chewing gum Nicorette has had a lot of success all over the world. Why? Because the trigger remains the same. You get that craving, and instead of grabbing the cigarette, you grab the chewing gum. And the reward stays exactly the same. You get that release, that hit of nicotine. If you want to replace a bad habit, it's all about keeping the same trigger and the same reward and only exchanging the middle process. So find out, what is the trigger? What is the cue that's actually initiating you to go into the bad habit? And when you get that trigger, when you get that little urge or craving or that pull, go into a different process, go into the replacement habit. And then of course, have a nice reward at the end that gives you that fulfillment. Now when you make this switch and you stick to it, even for just 30 days, you'll notice that the process becomes automatic and the habit has magically been switched out. Now the second step is a little more complex, but very, very effective. It's identity level change. What that means is that if you identify with being a gamer or being a fat person or being somebody that's just shy and not social, then there's a very high likelihood that all your habits and all your routines will remain centered around that identity. Whoever you think you are, whoever you believe you are, your personality, that's exactly what you're going to build your whole life around. Now, many people really and truly believe that that's who they are. But it's not. You're a human being. You have infinite and unlimited potential, and you don't have to stay stuck with the old identity. You don't have to attach yourself and say that video games or drinking or sports or gambling is who you are. A cigarette doesn't have to be your personality. You can detach and you can change. You can make a decision that you're just the kind of person that doesn't do this kind of thing. And when you change who you are and your belief and your idea about who you are, then your habits will pretty much instantly begin to change. So make the switch in your head. Who are you? Who do you want to be? And step into that. If you wanted to make more money, you would have to start acting like the type of person who does. What would that person do? What would their day look like? What are their habits? So once you've made those two switches, number one being changing the actual process but keeping the trigger for the habit and the reward similar or the same, and also changing your identity that goes around your habits and who you actually are, then you've successfully changed and stopped your bad habits. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to drop a like and share it. Subscribe if you're on YouTube, like the page if you're on Facebook, and I'll catch you on the next one tomorrow.